Well, welcome. I'm so glad to see you guys here tonight. And I see, Karen, you've joined us and you're on mute. So if you'd like to unmute, there's a little place to unmute in the bottom left-hand corner. Delighted to meet you.
Hi, Karen.
Hi there. Hi, Rhoda.
Hi.
I've known Rhoda for many years, and so I'm delighted to make your acquaintance. Yeah. I'm Gloria Lybecker, and I live in Washington State. And Rhoda and I started out years ago together through counselor training at Good Samaritan Ministries. So we go way back. And Ruth, would you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Ruth Crea, and I live in Spokane, Washington. And I met Gloria and Rhoda, and then Rhoda through Gloria.
All interconnected. Hello, Beth. It's so good to see you here. And you're on mute. You'd have to unmute yourself so we could hear you. The bottom left-hand corner. There you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Good to see you. We were just sharing with Karen how we knew Rhoda, and actually you. I knew Beth before I knew Rhoda. She introduced us.
Yes.
Yeah, we
True.
all go way back.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Well, I know there's a couple more people that'll be joining us. Oh, here's Marion right now. So we'll go ahead and let her in. And then we'll just get started. So hi, Marion. So delighted to have you here with us. You're on mute. If you want to unmute yourself, I'll just share. Yeah, can you share where you're from?
I'm from 9 Mile Falls, Washington, which is northwest of Spokane.
Yeah, and Marion is the reason that I have become a redox educator. I met Marion last, was it July, August? No, actually I met her in July, but then she kept reaching out to me in August, and because I'd had a surgery and she wanted to know how I was doing. And so she followed up after my surgery. I had a lot of time on my
You want
hands.
to get on?
And then she asked me if I knew about redox molecules, and I said, nope. So she sent me a link, and I got to investigate it, and I got to check it all out. And I was just like, this is something I've been looking for all my life. So I got on it, and it really helped. It made a huge difference with my healing up from surgery. And there was a lot of nerve pain that I'd been having, so it really reduced that. The other thing I was interested in was I've had quite a bit of stress in my past. I've got a trauma background that I've done a lot of healing around, but it had impacted my lungs. And so I was looking for something that was going to help my lungs to heal. And so I've really had a big difference since I've been using the redox molecules. I've been going into my naturopath, and she's showing me how my blood is really much healthier, and it's now more absorption, has more absorption in it. And I have more stamina and more clear thinking. And I'm just so grateful that Marion was such a kind and generous person to reach out. And the main thing that I really have enjoyed is the sense of community that Marion invited me into. The people are so compassionate and so caring, and I'm just so grateful for that. So welcome to this warm community. I'm going to share our screen here so that I can, oops, let me make sure I click the things I need to click. There we go. And I'm going to invite Ruth, if you would be willing to share your testimonial.
Yeah. So the picture on the left was me about 10 years ago. So I have a background in education, but about 10 years ago, I experienced trauma that took me out and led me to having a mental breakdown. So when debilitating trauma occurs, the pathways in your brain shut down. And in an attempt to protect you, this is just what happened for me. And so when I met my therapist, I walked up to her for the first time and I asked, am I broken? Because I really thought I was. So at the time, I needed my mom to come and stay with us to take care of our children and our dog. And in this first picture, I'm listening to therapeutic music and spending time with one of the horses at Healing You Sanctuary. So horses are naturally calming and grounding, and just standing by one of them, your body calms as it syncs up with your body. And I just felt, just by standing there, I would just feel a real sense of calm. And this was just the beginning of my healing journey. So what happened for me is I had a very challenging time making decisions, and I did not have any sense of belonging, even in groups that I participated in for years. I would stand back, observing others, and would only respond if someone engaged with me. I was afraid of my own shadow. So I'd like to share that I had a very nurturing therapist who supports many clients who have experienced trauma, and she uses a variety of modalities in order to support the healing to unfold. What has made a huge difference for me is being introduced to the ASEA Redox supplement. I never had any idea how impactful the supplement would be for my cognition. It was like all of the connections in my brain were suddenly switched on. I feel brighter, more in control. I even have confidence and can make decisions now. One of the most unexpected gifts that I'm receiving is a sense of belonging I experience everywhere, even in times like this. So before taking the supplement, there would have been no way that I would be a co-host or tell my experience. I'm so grateful that ASEA continues to make an incredible difference in my life. And my vision going forward is stepping fully in as a leader to educate more and more people, offering them hope and a sense of renewal at a cellular level.
Thank you, Ruth. And thank you for saying yes to your life and to empowering the lives of other people. That's really a strong testimonial. We have a few other things we'd like to get to share with you as well, because seeing is believing. And so pictures do speak louder than words. So in these pictures, you'll see in the top right-hand corner, there's a woman that in 21 days, she had this reduction in wrinkling and the firming up of her skin. The gentleman in the bottom right-hand corner, he decided that he wanted to be able to have it only on one half of his face so that he could see whether it did anything. His wife said that she wanted him to stop it. She was worried people would think he'd had a stroke. Have you ever had a cracked heel? Boy, can those hurt. Usually in the summer is when I'll have that experience. But with the Renew 28, this person used the Renew 28 on their heel, and in 48 hours, look at the difference. And then in a week, it has really healed up so much more. And the lady on the left, she had this puffiness going on around her eyes and lines down around her mouth. And you can see that they're gradually disappearing.
And in these images, this woman had a cellular issue that was removed because of too much sun exposure. And by using the Renew 28 in just 12 days, where her surgery spot was basically healed, and you could just barely see the dry scarring.
That's pretty phenomenal. This is one of our favorite people to share with you. Her name is Rosie. She's an inspiration to so many people. At the age of 84, she started having 4 ounces of the ASEA daily, and she uses 2 tubes of the Renew 28 each month. But she didn't really think it was doing anything for her. Fortunately, her son took pictures to share with her and to share with all of us. And as you can see, at age 91 this year, Rosie has actually reversed time with aging.
There's a black bar on the screen.
Really?
Yeah, I can't see half of, I can only see half of Rosie.
Oh, well, let me stop the share.
And I can't see
And
any of it.
I'll just restart. Thank you for speaking up. I have no idea why that happened, but we'll see if we can share again. And now, whoops, now I've lost all my screen stuff. So this is what can happen when you plan in advance. You can actually have an experience that allows you to just say, oops, and we'll see where I can, there it is. I had to reopen it. But I'm getting better and better at reopening things because I'm getting more and more experienced. So here we go. I'll share my screen again. Oh, now I can see it. But I'm going to start over with the share. So hopefully let me know if you see a black bar or if it's gone. Is it gone now?
No.
Is there still
yeah,
a black
yeah.
bar?
Yes.
Yeah.
How interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop that too. And I'm wondering, Ruth, if you're in a place where you're able to open up the PowerPoint and see if you share, because you're a co-host. So this is what you do. You have a team of people that you all work together in order to be successful. So I've been working with Ruth to be able to develop these visuals, to share with you some other testimonials that we have been so grateful to witness and really inspired by them too. Are you able to find it, Ruth?
Yes, I just found it. My computer is just a little slow.
That's okay. We'll just take our time. And so then when you go to share your screen, make sure you click the little icons about the sound that are in the bottom left-hand corner. You see the green share screen at the bottom?
Yes. I've never done this before, so
This is a great experience then. You're getting to lay down new pathways as we speak. That looks great. Do you have the PowerPoint open?
I do. It's right here.
Oh, you need to drag it over perhaps to where we can see it with more ease. So you'll want to make that much bigger. There you go. And then double click. There you go. And then you'll go, once it loads, it's loading. You can see at the top right-hand corner whereby it says slideshow. You just click on slideshow. Right over by the share button on the right-hand corner of your screen. There you go, slideshow. And now you get to click forward once it loads.
Okay.
There you go. I love that picture of you.
Go
At the bottom left-hand corner, there'll be little arrows that you can click on. There you go. Excellent. One more time again. I was off.
There's Rosie.
Now
Oh,
I
yeah.
can see Rosie. Isn't she gorgeous? And what
She
a
is.
tribute she is to being a product of the product. All right, one more click. This is Marlena. We got to have a chat with her today, and I was so grateful that she shared her testimonial with us. She'd been including, I see Jerry's joining us. Ruth, can you let him in? She was using the Redox to help her recover from training as a part of her fitness and wellness regime. And her former bodybuilding coach introduced it to her, and she was having great results. So less sore, chronic discomforts were healing, and her mental alertness was back. So she really felt that her body is finally healing, and she loved the way her skin looks. She had a postpartum mama dog, Lola, which is a purebred beagle, that escaped the house and came back with sore nipples with a long line of raw skin along her chest. So she had used her essential oils, but she was worried they might be toxic. And so she decided to rub the gel on her, and it works. And to her surprise, 24 hours later, or less than that, the sore skin was dried up and healed. And then there was even more that she wanted to share. They had a poppet dog, Lolo, who had an ear infection for 3 weeks. And what they did is she applied the liquid in there, and it healed up so swiftly. The swelling and redness went way down in less than 24 hours. So I just love how anything with cells is positively impacted by the product.
Okay, and so this is a picture of Jax, And there's a lot of dogs with skin allergies, and the owner was drinking the ASEA. And so she was like, well, why not? Let's just try it with my dog. And so she started giving him an ounce of the ASEA Redox daily, and the allergies went away. And it looks like it was like really, really painful for this dog.
Mhm.
Yeah, Ruth, can you see that it looks like Jerry's coming in as Mary and Palmer? Can you admit him? And then go ahead and click the screen for the next slide.
I'm here.
Awesome. Good to see you. We're just getting ready to share the real Redox results. So Ruth, if you want to get to go look at this later, this is an excellent site. So write down realredoxresults.com, and the password is the word Redox in lowercase.
Oh, whoops, sorry. Oh, so I need to,
Go back one. You're on the, you want to go to realredoxresults.com. So go back to the previous screen. There you go.
no, oh. So I need to, when I'm sharing the screen, I need to get out of this screen and go to the internet, right?
Well, actually, it lets you go to the internet right from here because it's a link, or it does let me do that. There you go.
Okay.
And then you just type in the Redox, so you get to show people.
So you type in the word Redox, all lower case, R-E-D-O-X.
And the very
And we're
first video that we have there is just an overview. And so this is the one that if you click on it, it'll get bigger before you play it. And then you can see down in the bottom right-hand corner of the overview, there's four little arrows. If you click on that, it'll make it full screen. But as you can see on the left-hand side, there's different issues that you can look at, that you can come back and click on later that have testimonials. But let's go ahead and watch this. This will give us a really good overview about Redox.
I do have one question. Is there something I need to do for the sound?
Well, when you first started sharing your screen, you were to click on those little boxes. So then it would share your sound really well. So let's just go ahead and play it and see how it is. And we'll get some feedback on that.
Oh. Resume share, play.
So I'm going to have you stop it, Ruth. And we're just going to be real transparent. We're in training right now. So I'm going to invite you to stop the share and then reshare, but make sure you click those little icons down in the bottom that says for sound and for video. So you click share, and before you actually share your screen, you'll click those little boxes.
Okay.
And now when you share, the sound should sound better. And we'll see if this works.
Hello, my name is Alan Noble and welcome to realredoxresults.com. On this website, you have access to lots of videos of real people sharing real results that they've experienced using ASEA's advanced redox signaling technology. You can simply browse through the videos or pick a particular subject that is important to you. However, if this is your first introduction to ASEA, then allow me to give you a brief overview so you can better understand why people are experiencing such amazing results. ASEA Redox represents a cutting-edge health and anti-aging technology, a new category in science that for 2 decades science had declared was impossible. A technology that many experts are calling the single greatest health science breakthrough of our lifetime. A great place to start is to get clear on what ASEA Redox is not. It is not a vitamin, a mineral, antioxidant, exotic juice, essential oil, or CBD oil. In fact, this technology goes beyond nutrition and ingredients, and yet can impact your health at a depth that no other supplement has ever come close to achieving. For many people, ASEA Redox is the missing link to better health and vitality. To grasp this breakthrough, you must understand that your body is the most complex communication network on Earth. Every second of every day, your cells pass tremendous amounts of important information throughout the body. Any breakdown in this communication, in this signaling, and you cannot achieve your full health potential. A simple example, your home goes on fire and you call the fire department. They have the fire truck, firefighters, fire hose, everything they need to put out the fire. However, if you don't have a good cell signal, they don't get the message and your home goes up in flames. Well, it's the same in your body. If your cells can't signal, then little else matters. ASEA Redox is the world's first redox signaling supplement that harnesses the power of the same redox signaling molecules that your body uses for this critical signaling process. This astonishing technology with 2 delivery systems, the ASEA Redox drink and the topical gel, Renew 28, has been validated by third-party independent science, and thanks to multiple patents, there is nothing else like it in the world. In a recent independent 8-week study with Torre Laboratories, a leading genetic research lab, it was found that drinking ASEA Redox could increase important gene signaling pathways by up to 31%, impacting 5 major areas of health: immune function, inflammatory response, cardiovascular and digestive health, as well as hormone balance. So at this point, let's take a listen to what health and medical professionals are saying about ASEA's redox signaling technology.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. You can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
So as you can hear, ASEA Redox truly is being hailed as the most significant health science breakthrough of our lifetime. And it's not just health. Casual athletes all the way to Olympic athletes are experiencing improvements in endurance, strength and recovery, beating personal bests and breaking documented world records. In a recent university study, mice drinking ASEA for only 7 days ran 29% further to exhaustion due to significant metabolic shifts as their body started to burn more fat as fuel. And I'm sure you've heard it said that seeing is believing. Well, this same technology, when applied to the skin, results in a healthy, clear complexion, tighter, younger looking skin, while dramatically reducing wrinkles, stretch marks, cellulite, and many other signs of aging, all while using the body's natural renewal processes. I want to thank you for taking some time and watching this brief overview. I would now encourage you to explore some of the other videos featuring people that I've had the pleasure of interviewing over the last year or so. Real people sharing real redox results. This is Alan Noble thanking you for your time today, and bye for now.
Okay, go ahead and stop it, and you can stop your share. Thank you. Now I get access to my mouse again. So I'm going to change something up here. And I would like to acknowledge that Ruth, Crea, and I, as well as Marion and Rhoda and Beth, we've all decided to help to bring this discovery to market by connecting people with this technology. And I'd really love to get to introduce you now to our, let's see, there we go, continue. To Jerry, here he is. I'm so glad you made it in here. He's the head research physical therapist at the Shriners Hospital. And he's also the founder of the Shriners Human Performance and Gait Analysis Lab. He's also served as an adjunct professor for biomechanics and physiology and a swim and triathlon coach. And he serves on the ASEA medical board as an ASEA Ambassador Diamond. So welcome, Jerry. I'll hand it over to you.
Ladies, it does look like ladies' night tonight. Magnificent. Great to see all of you. Thank you for taking the time to take a look. I just dropped by to tell you that this particular science and technology and the people around it have so profoundly affected my professional life and my personal life to a point I can hardly even express. The discovery of this in relation to my studies of field physiology. It's how the body takes in and uses energy. Your cells have to make their own energy. We take in the food, but that's not energy. It has to be processed and take the energy out of it. And every cell, whether it's people, animals, plants, or bacteria, all have to operate in the same program. They have to make their own energy. Without it, there'd be no life an instant later. Without this technology, we've now gotten so far and so deep into the understanding of this technology. Without this in the cellular function, you would never have survived conception. There would be no cells. There would be no activity. And what we found is over the course of your lifetime, you start to lose about 1% of these particular signaling molecules that allowed your body to actually make an entire person. If you want, you can stop the film and run and look in the mirror and see if there's one standing there. It's you. And you know what that means? That it worked. It means that this miraculous ability to build tissues and organs came from a cell that had the same DNA that's in every cell in your body today. When you're very young and in the embryo, it can actually make new organs that never existed before. And we kept wondering, why after you're born, can't you make replacement organs? You have the same DNA. And then along came cloning. Many of you might have heard of that, where they took a sheep and they took some cells from this sheep and pulled out the nucleus that had the DNA in it. That DNA can't make any more new parts until they take it and put it into an egg cell of another sheep with its DNA removed. And then implant that impregnated cell back into the surrogate mother, and it grows into an exact copy, doing things it hasn't done since it was an embryo. So think back in your life. Are there any things that ever worked better when you were 9 or 14? Could you jump out of a chair and run up the stairs and not break 3 things in the process? Did you have so much energy that you were overwhelmed with it? There was joy bubbling from every part of you. Remember that little kids, almost you get 3, 4 years old, and almost nobody's ever depressed. They're hopeful. They look forward to the world. Well, you still have all that capability within your cells, but we start to lose it over time. As we begin to start to add this back, think of the ramifications. That's changed everything. And as we watch it in real practical application, I'll give you a secret. I'm a physical therapist. Nationwide average. I like to have you all kind of jump in here, but what is your, hold up the number of fingers you think what percentage of people actually do their physical exercise and physical therapy when they go home? This national average. Let's see some fingers up there. It's 3%, because there's always those diehards, right? So isn't that sort of a monumental waste of time and money if people won't do or can't do what we ask them to do?
Mm-hmm.
So in what I found with this was that all we had to do was to apply it by drinking it, breathing it, putting it in your eyes, or putting it on your skin. It happens even if you tell it not to, which was easier for people to comply with. So I felt like I could make a much bigger difference in the lives of people by allowing them to take control of their own health. And here's what we found out. We want to get people to a point where they're done with themselves. It's so easy for us to take an experience and think this material is going to take somebody from an extreme health disorder, and the greatest thing in the world would be to bring them back to not having ill health. I'm going to contend that's only part of the journey that we really all want to be on, right? We want to go through and be so ridiculously healthy that the health doesn't take away from anything in your lifestyle, any participation that you want to do, anything that can repair and replace what we've done before. And so this allows you to go anywhere you want on that spectrum. So what we're doing is we're saying, we've started a little army here. We're starting to say there are groups of people who are self-responsible, people who will take care of themselves so that they can take care of the people around them. And as we do that, it gives you an immense sense of satisfaction. We also find that we can do this in a way that says, if we work together in teams and accomplish something, life is much richer than a life lived by yourself, watching others live on a screen somewhere, or watching others live outside a window that you can't get to. So Marion is a famous mountaineer. And so Marion has done trekking across up the spine of the Rocky Mountains. And what's that trail called, Marion?
Okay, mostly the Crest Trail is that what I do, which is on
The Sierras?
Cascades and Sierras, yes.
Okay.
I have been in the Rocky Mountains as well.
Okay, the Sierras is steeper, so there. So Marion, and how we I guess it's mostly ladies here, and I'll just plug my ears. How old are you, Marion?
78.
Okay, so you can see a big variance. Can any of you think of, just put your brain to this, can you, any of you think of people that are between 60 and 78 years old that are not walking the Pacific Crest Trail?
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes there's some real reasons for that. So Marion, when you go on the trail, is it better or and more interesting if you accomplish a great hike or great series of events together? Is that more potent, important, or is it better by yourself?
Mhm. I love going in a group where we're joining hands and doing it together. I love doing it with my husband.
And it's called shared human experience. And so we're building a team on shared human experience. Each one of us will have our own pieces that we bring to the table. You all know people that we don't know. You all know people that you love and care about. And what we like to do is to try to say, let's bring back community. Let's challenge ourselves with little challenges. One of the things that Marion did one year was she had all the people in her group make up t-shirts and go on the Bloomsday course. Did you know, anybody know what Bloomsday is? 60,000 runners, walkers, people in wheelchairs, the whole shebang, experiencing something together. So Marion did that with her whole group, said, let's challenge ourselves to do something. And that group of people then become tied together. Some did it in one way, some did it another way, but they all did it. They were all a part of it. So today we offer these options. We want this to grow. We want people to grow and develop and become through this process. Some will do it for the health related issues. They got to get over that before they can even breathe or think. You have friends or family that have the same situation. You're just a caring person. That's another person who might use and share this technology. Another one that's really fascinating, you saw it in the pictures, this is actually works better on animals than it does on people. So is there a market in animals? Go into a store sometime, like a grocery store. It used to be that animal stuff was like 1/2 a shelf in the grocery stores when we were younger. And now there's 3 full rows because people are putting that much focus and energy on animals. There's another group of people who say, I just love to be stimulated, fascinated, and be a part of a winning team. So they come in and we do that process. Others will find out that we can go from almost, in my family, when we first got introduced to this, I was 58 years old, did not have a retirement plan. We were in big financial straits. We were backing down. We were pulling our kids out of college. We had a real bad house and it had to be fixed up before we could sell it, but we were in the whole $40,000. We had, and I needed time. I needed to be able to get through that in time. It's changed everything. And for some, that need to be done with the panic is there. And all of us had different reasons, but we do have a common goal, and that's to take this to the world. And it's a very simple process. Some of you can just say, let me try some of that. Others will say, give me that video thing you were watching and let me listen to the stories. When you listen to the stories, it'll break your heart. It'll make you so amazed at what's capable in the world today. There's another group of people who say, I don't want to pay retail for anything. Know anybody like that? Well, that particular group, we can set you up in a situation where you can get it for a lesser cost with the mindset that you want to improve largely over time. Keep in mind that most people you know that are unimproved took a long time to get unimproved. It's going to take a while to get you improved. The next group of people are those who say, I want to be around. I want to watch this kind of growth. I want to see the whole medical system change to something a little more like the Japanese medical system. Think about this interesting concept. In the US, we wait till people get sick and have symptoms, and we pay the system to try to cover up the symptoms or make them go away and manage you while you get better. Here's what the Japanese do. The physicians are given, let's say, 1,000 or 500 to 1,000 patients, and they're in charge of them. And you get paid a set amount because they have that many patients. And they have to pay for the ones who get sick. Wouldn't there be different strategies to help prevent the sickness? Wouldn't it be helpful to have all the people working together to live a better life? So that's this group that we get into. We're learning to share. We're learning to share that we have incredible value as an individual and with your stories and your hope and the things you bring to the table. And that group would just join. Would cost $40 to buy worldwide distribution rights. But for some of you, that would just simply be you want to get it at a discount and you want to be a part of meeting with people, growing, developing, making a difference and getting it out there. Another group would say, I really want to help pay for the stuff I'm going to get. So we have ways in which you can bring people. Some of the crueler of you can say, well, all I need to do is to run over somebody's foot, push them down the stairs, or burn them with a cookie sheet, and we got somebody we can sell stuff to. Then there's finally a group of people who say, I want to become all that I can become. I want to build something that's really going to make a legacy and a difference. So we're offering all kinds of things for you. And each of these ladies have started something that is growing. It's got a life to it. It's got heart to it, and it's becoming amazing. I'll be a part of the validation for this, and just think of the power of all of us together. There's an old saying that says, none of us is as smart as all of us. So that's what we're offering for you tonight. I want to thank you for taking your time to be with us. And hopefully we can find a place where it really matters to you to matter in the world. So that can be explained to you. I've got to kind of tip my hat and say goodbye for now, because I got to go to the one in Taiwan. Can you believe it? Because my group now spans 75,000 people in 32 countries. And this is the one of 3 groups. It's most important for me to watch this seed grow. Doesn't matter how old the farmer is. It's always exciting to watch the seed pop out of the ground and that stuff to grow. So from this old farmer to you, love to have you in our garden. Thanks, guys. I'll pass you back.
Thank you so much, Jerry, for your time. All right. So I just want to open it up and see if anybody has any questions. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.